Hi, welcome to Verbling. My name is Hamish, and in this hour we are going to take our last look of the week at the IELTS exam, at the speaking section of the IELTS exam, and in particular we're going to look today at questions around hobbies, free time, perhaps where you like to go on holiday and vacation, and what you like to do when you're on holiday or vacation, and hey, who you like to go with as well. These first 2 minutes are for Verbling premium users, so if you have a premium membership and if you want to join the class, you can do that right now. Otherwise, you can wait for those 2 minutes to elapse and then join me in class. That Verbling premium membership is a great way to excuse me, cut some of that noise out. Is a great way to make sure that you get a space at the classes that you particularly want to go to. There we go. Before we get started, I just want to add a my favorite IELTS website link, and that is the British Council's official IELTS website. Let me put that in there. I'm putting that in the Verbling chat box. You'll see that in class, and that is really the best source, the most authoritative, most honest source for information about why take IELTS, when you should take it, how much it's going to cost, the nearest examination center to your home in your home country, and also some advice from students who have been successful taking the IELTS exam. They can give you some advice. There's some video footage and just some information from them about the best ways they've found to prepare for the exam and also to perform and do their best in the IELTS exam as well. But yes, today we're looking at hobbies, free time, vacations and holidays, all those good things. Let me say hello first of all.
Hello,
Bassem.
teacher.
Hello, Bassem. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, teacher?
I'm very good. I'm going to ask where you're from.
I'm from Syria.
I guessed. I did because your Verbling name gave me a clue there. Okay. Now, tell me, Bassem, how are you today?
I'm fine. Today is a vacation for my work. I entered to Verbling to teach English and improve my skills in English language.
Okay.
It's very important to my work. I need it today, and every hour I write and response by English email. In general, I needed English.
Okay, it sounds like you do, and I think those are very important reasons for using English, and of course great reasons to be here on Verbling practicing with teachers and other students. So, Bassem, it's great to see you in class. Thanks for joining us today. Let me say hello to everybody else, and we will get started here. Let me say hello to Dia. Hello, Dia. Dia, can you hear me okay? Oh. I think the sound, there's something wrong with your sound, Dia. We've got, I know something's going on, but I can't hear any of your words, okay? So I'm going to have to, I would check. Yeah, that's not sounding very good at all. I'll check, you can check those settings, Dia. I'm going to put the, yeah, if you're having problems with the Google Hangout, you can check out the Google web page, which is in the chat box right there. Okay, in the meantime, let me say hello to Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, Michael. How are you today?
Fine.
That's a little bit quiet. I think I'm getting old. I think I'm losing my hearing. Michael, where are you from?
I'm from Egypt.
Egypt. Okay, good to meet you, Michael. And tell me, are you do you want to take the IELTS exam in the future, or are you here just to practice your English with us?
I want to learn English because it's very important for my life and my working in the future. I need it because when I want to work in anywhere. I need to learn English.
Okay.
Because
well,
it's very important.
All right. Well, great to have you in the class, Michael. Thanks for joining us today. I hope we get some good practice for you. Let me also say hello to Mustafa. Mustafa, welcome back. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm pretty good because it is Friday, and I'm very excited because it's Friday. Yes, and there's Beautiful blue sky outside my window. What a surprise! So I'm very happy to be here. Of course, I am absolutely,
Thank you.
and I'm really happy. I'm really glad to have you in my class again as well, Mustafa. So thanks for joining us. I hope we get a good practice. Let me say hello to and welcome back to Sylvia. Hello, Sylvia.
Hello.
How are you today?
Fine, I'm fine. And you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Sylvia, tell me what are your plans? What are your plans for the weekend?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to have a dinner with some friends on Saturday,
Mm-hmm. That sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah.
and maybe on Sunday I want to go to a exposition. It's
Oh.
a Salvador Dali exposition, so it's very interesting.
Okay, okay, and we can call that an exhibition. Exhibition. So
Exhibition, perfect.
we have expositions, but I think that's something more specialized. So as you say, if you're going to see the work of a painting or an artist, we would use exhibition, and that H is it's almost silent. Exhibition like that. Yeah. Well, that sounds like a great weekend. I'm a little bit jealous now. I'll have to think of something fun to do myself. Sylvia, great to have you in class. Thanks for joining us. Let me also say hello to Talita. Hello, Talita. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm just fantastic. I'm fantastic today. Thank you for asking. And how's your cat? Sorry.
Great, great. And yours?
They are very happy. They are very happy because it's warm weather.
Outside?
They're all outside. Well, one is around here somewhere, but they're mostly outside. So yeah, they're having a good time. And
never get night here over with the Tennessee.
I'm sorry to say again.
Because when you use verbally, it's always morning or evening.
I know.
Have sunny on your hair, on your head,
I know it was. I think I just look really white all the time. To be honest with you, but no, I don't teach online at night because
At night.
then my wife would get mad at me. So. Can't do that. I can avoid that. But it is a lot of sunshine in Tennessee. Oh yes, a lot of sunshine and tornadoes. So sunshine and tornadoes, good things to have together. Not today
I'm
though.
scared of tornadoes.
It's a good thing to be scared of. Definitely a good thing. We need to make preparations for these things. But they let us know when they're coming, so we get to hide in a basement or something. That's a lot of fun for us.
But it's just destroyed your house. I don't know.
The house?
Bad.
Yeah, it's a house by the lake, and it's nice to live here in Tennessee because the good weather's great and all that good stuff. So, and we have cats, which is the most important thing. Yeah.
Save the cat, okay? Save the cat.
Oh no! I assure you, in a tornado, those cats are the first thing we put in the special safe room. So
yeah, okay.
they don't like storms. I must admit, they don't like those. Talita, thank you so much for joining us in class. I know we're going to have a good practice today. Let me also say hello to is it Tuang? Hello, Tuang.
Yeah. Hi, teacher. How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good. Because it's Friday.
Oh, right on. I think that we are absolutely in agreement there. I think this is a good day. Definitely going to be a good day. I'm so glad to have you in our class today, Tuang. Thank you for joining us. Now let me check to see. Oh yes, let me come back here. Carlos, you're hiding. Carlos, I don't see you unless you've turned invisible. Ha! Found you. Please say hello, Carlos. I gotta turn that microphone on though. There we go.
Okay. Okay.
You're almost as bad as I am with the Hangout technology.
Yeah.
But seriously, how are you today, Carlos?
Fine. Yes, I'm quite good.
Oh, quite good. Quite good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Today is Friday, and it's this is a great day because tomorrow is Saturday, a weekend. Okay.
So tell me, what are your plans for the weekend?
Study.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I must study this weekend because I have one exam the next week, and I need to study quite a bit. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, the sound was a little jumpy, but I hear that you have to study this weekend. You have an exam, so well, I wish you good luck with that, and of course, I hope that we have a good practice for you as well today, Carlos. Now, I know we have students coming in and going all the time, and of course, I hope we get to say hello to everybody. But let's get started while we're here. Okay, it's 10 minutes past. Let's do that. So again, this week we've been looking at questions and answers about hobbies, things you do in your free time, things you do on holiday as well, holiday or vacation. And just to say right now that if you want to use British English in the IELTS exam, if you want to use American English in the IELTS exam, that doesn't matter. It's up to you. I would recommend, if you choose one, to be consistent with that. If you're using American English vocabulary, just stick with that. So it's if we're consistent, then it's easier to understand. But the British Council would say absolutely it doesn't matter if you use British or American English. So we can talk about holidays, we can talk about vacations as well, and all the other words around that as well. So yeah, questions about hobbies and free time. What are some of the hobbies we could talk about with a question like this? Let's put some hobbies in the chat box here. I don't know any hobbies, so you're going to have to tell me. What do you think? Okay. Going. Because I can't do that one. Okay. Going to the beach. Okay, we have learning English in the box there. Aha, thank you. Well, the chat box is going much better than the class, I must say. I hope we can beat them. I hope we can beat them. Give me some hobbies. What have you got, everybody?
Watching TV, stay at home, read a book, dancing.
I see a cooking in the box there as well. Yeah, cooking is a great hobby. My favorite, well, not it's not my favorite hobby, but when other people have it, it's my favorite hobby for them to have. Yeah. Yes, and some other ones in the box. We have collecting stamps. That was there last time as well, and I'd love to know if someone collected stamps. That's love to know more about that. It's quite interesting. Of course, we could list a whole bunch of sports and activities. So what kind of sports could we have as hobbies? Give me some sports.
Golf.
Indeed, absolutely right. Yeah, I'll be putting that one in there.
Football, basketball. I said baseball. No, not.
I don't know.
No.
I'm putting baseball in there.
Baseball.
Okay. Oh, I've got hinting. I think that's hunting. Hunting, goodness me, that's I would love to hear about that as well. That's one I wouldn't do myself, but yeah, and in Tennessee, a very popular hobby. It's not my hobby, but a lot of people do that here in Tennessee, and of course all over the world. So interesting stuff. All right. Okay. So we've got some hobbies. We've got some things we want to do in our free time, and of course, hey, it could be something we do with other people. I think if we want to play football, we need a few other people to do that with. But maybe if we're just reading a book, well, that's something we can do. Hey, we can do that pretty much anywhere. And of course, we can do that ourselves. That's something we can do independently. So some of these hobbies are going to be very social hobbies. We're going to be spending time with other people, with friends or family or people from work. And other hobbies, well, they're an opportunity to do quite the opposite and spend time just by ourselves. And I think sometimes that depends on the kind of day that we have and of course on the personality that we have as well. Some people want to be with people really most of the time. Other people need a break from that sometimes, yeah. So all right, so we'll practice these questions, and these questions you're going to get the same questions, but we're going to have some very different answers because it's impossible to have exactly the same hobby for exactly the same reasons when we're answering questions like this, because it's just so personal, and it comes down to how we grew up and the influence of our family and friends, and of course the city or the small town that we live in, the culture of the country, and the language, and all these good things. Yeah. So because some of these hobbies, hey, some of these are really expensive, and some, if you just get a book from the library and start reading, well, that was probably free. So we've got differences in cost as well as differences in opinion and expectation. All those good things. Yeah. All right. Let me get started here. I lost the first person on my list. That's a shame. Let me go to. Hey, let me go to Sylvia. Hello again, Sylvia.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me about your hobbies.
I love travel. Also, I like read books, go out with my friends. It depends on my mood or on the moment of the day, but I like a lot of things.
Okay, tell me more about travel.
Well, I like to know other culture and to try the food there and to visit some places. So it's very interesting.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Which countries have you visited?
I visited some countries, and for example, 3 years ago, I went to South Africa, to Cape Town, and it was amazing. One of the place that I love it.
Wow. Well, give me an example. What did you love about South Africa?
The sunrise is amazing. Also, the people are really nice, and the nature is beautiful.
Okay. And tell me, what are the tell me what's different? What are the differences you saw in South Africa compared to your home country?
Is quite different because they are more poor, and also the black people is not integrated because they are apartheid, and it's not like in the past, but is still there. The people are very easygoing, and also very talkative. So it's nice to spend some time speaking with them.
I really like both those adjectives: easygoing, talkative. Those are great ways to describe people. If you are, you visit a country and you want to talk about the. Got some noisy paper coming from you there, Carlos. If we want to talk about the people, and if we want to describe the differences in culture, and absolutely talkative, easygoing, that's a very quick way in an IELTS exam, or just talking with someone for the first time, a very quick, effective way when we're explaining to an English speaker, the culture or the personality or the culture, or what people are like. As soon as we use words like that, the English ears go, okay, now I've got it. I know exactly what you mean. So very nice words, and I like those details. Sylvia, tell me, you mentioned travel. You also mentioned books. What kinds of books do you like to read, Sylvia?
I like a lot of kind of books. For example, the last one that I have read, it was a mystery novel. So I like a lot of kinds.
Okay, and how do you like to read books? Do you like to read them on paper or read them on a computer? What do you prefer?
No, I prefer in paper.
Oh yeah, why? Why's that?
Because it's more like a real book. It's yes.
Yeah.
I used to read in paper, so for me it's quite difficult. Not difficult, but it's weird to read by computer or something like that. But is cheaper and is very useful because you can try and read some part, and if you don't like, you can read another book.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's really interesting. And I must admit, now that I use a Kindle or an e-reader to read most of my books, I was aware of the expense, but I found, of course, you can. I'd recommend some electronic reading, because if you want to read all the works of Shakespeare or Charles Dickens or some of these long dead authors, these books are free just for you to take and put on computer and read. So there's a lot of things you can look at. But I do understand, of course, the issue of the paper is it does feel more natural, I think, still, even for me as well, to read on paper than on screen, absolutely. So and especially maybe with a novel, like a mystery novel, like you say. Very nice answers, Sylvia. Thank you so much for that. Let me go on out and say hello again to Michael. Hello again, Michael.
Oh, hello.
Hello there, Michael. Tell me about your hobbies.
Okay. I like playing football and swimming and reading, but not much. I don't like reading not much.
Okay.
And I interested in setting on internet and searching about new things. That's that is benefit that is benefit for me and I learn I learn I I love I like to know new things that I didn't know before. Uh, that's that's only okay.
Okay. And there's some interesting things there. Now tell me, how often do you go swimming?
Swimming. Not much. I go to swimming once a month.
Okay.
Oh,
And yeah.
once a month.
Okay. And where do you go? Do you swim outside? Do you swim in an inside pool? Where do you go to do that?
Uh, in club. In in club, I there is a swimming pool. I go to swimming there.
Okay. And when you go swimming, how long do you swim for? How much time?
Almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours.
Wow. That's a lot of swimming. That's a lot of swimming. I think I could swim back to England with all that swimming. That's tremendous. Micah, I liked your answers. You mentioned, of course, using the internet, and we can say, what do we say if we spend time on the internet? What's a good way in English to describe that?
I spend most of my time on the internet.
I like that. But everybody, what's the verb? What's the action verb we use?
Surfing.
Surfing. Yeah, let's put surfing in the box there.
Search on the internet.
Yeah. Surfing. And we can say surfing the web. Oops, the web as well, though. So the web, the internet, same thing. So we can say web in also a less formal way of describing the internet. But absolutely, surfing, or just spending time online, of course, as well. And that's a real hobby. 20 years ago, well, 25 years ago, not so much, of course, but now these days, absolutely. And when I look at my nieces and my nephews and young kids, of course, they're very much used to spending time on the internet, just as I was used to watching TV when I was a kid. So it's a real thing, and I think it's a good thing. We can. It's good if we're comfortable talking about it, and if we have the vocabulary to explain, well, these are all the different things I do online as part of that hobby. So that was a good example. No one had mentioned that one at the start, even though, of course, we're online right now, Michael. So thank you. Thanks for giving us that example. That was really solid. Let me go on to... The hangout ended, didn't it? Some sort of server error. I wouldn't know anything about. I don't know about server errors. That's definitely not my area of expertise.
Okay.
Let's just check everybody. Okay, good to see you all back inside. Thank you so much for being patient there. Let me go to Tuang. Hello, Tuang, and hey, tell me about your hobby. Welcome back. Tell me about your hobbies.
My hobby is swimming. I love swimming. I swim 3 times per week because I like the feeling when I swim into the water, and then into or in the water.
Now, if we're talking about the action of, let me use my fabulous hand tools here. If so we're standing on the edge of the pool, and then we go in like that. So that dive or that jump in, it's gonna be a dive into.
Dive.
We talk about diving into the water.
Diving into the water. Okay. So I love the feeling when I dive, right? Dive into the water, and worry about nothing, and relax after a hard-working day. And the other hobby is reading. I love reading, especially novel, because I think I can learn something nice from characters. Yeah. I also spend my free time to write novel, to write my own novels.
Really?
Yeah, and write articles also for, and then I send it to a newspaper. Yeah.
That's really interesting, and of course, we have a hobby that could turn into something else, and sometimes, of course, and I have to tell you, in the United States, I think everyone in America has a hobby that they really want to maybe do as their real job. And here in Nashville, Tennessee, I think I'm the only one who doesn't have music as a hobby, because the city I live in now is a very musical city. So everyone is writing songs and playing instruments, and really, instead of working in that office during the day, they want to be musicians. But there's a lot of competition. But so if we asked them about their hobbies, they would say, oh, well, I play music, but really I'd like that to be my day job as well. So now, so tell me about the novel. How much time do you spend on your writing?
Spend a lot on writing. I don't know for sure, but I spend maybe 1 hour per day if I have much free time. But when I have a feeling that I want to write, I will write. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, that's
depends,
interesting.
Yeah, it depends on my feelings, my emotion.
So tell me, when are you most likely to want to write? What time of day is the best for you for writing?
Midnight. Midnight.
Wow. Oh, really? Really? Okay.
Because it's quiet and it's easier to contain my mind to do it.
And that's interesting. So let me check that 1 second. If nighttime, if the best time for us for creatively or for energy or for motivation is nighttime, and I have to tell you, I'm a disaster at night, so I just go to bed instead. But we can talk about being a night owl. So
Run east.
There we go. And I know it's very common when, of course, when we're younger or when we're teenagers to start moving that clock of when we're up and later into the night. But of course, it causes problems in the morning in school and things. But yes, as adults, though, of course, there are plenty of people who really do work better at night for all kinds of reasons. Maybe there are less distractions. Maybe they just find it easier to focus, or they just have an energy.
Easier to focus. Yeah, that way.
Yeah, and that's a very common thing. I mean, for me, I just can't do it at all. But I'm quite jealous of people who can work in the night as well, because it sounds like a good thing. Exactly, and I think we probably have some. We have some night owls right now in class, depending on the time zone. So it's an interesting thing, and of course the writing thing is interesting as well.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, nice one. Thank you for practicing those answers, and that they were clear and some really nice detail. And of course, I have to say, I mean, for everybody, the swimming was a great example, because if we can talk about enjoying swimming, and also about the feelings that we can have with our favorite hobby, and Tuang mentioned the not necessarily the release, but that sense of after a hard day's work of just being able to escape from stress, and really that's what most hobbies are for, I think, really, is to not be working, but to be doing something we enjoy. And of course, for some people, we can work harder at our hobbies than maybe we work at our jobs sometimes.
And I can earn money from that. From the articles.
Yeah, absolutely. So a hobby doesn't have to be, a hobby could be something very, very passive and very sedentary, and that's fine, of course. Our hobby could be watching TV. So passive as not moving or not thinking too hard. Or it could be very active. And our hobby could be. My goodness, if we're learning a second language as a hobby, that's hard work. That's a very active, very, very involved hobby. So so many different kinds of things we can do in our free time, and I think that's why people like to ask the question, "What do you do in your free time?" Because we're always going to get a unique, interesting answer from people. Well, I hope we do. In my experience, we do anyway. Let me go now to Carlos. Hello again, Carlos.
One more time, my mic does not run. Okay.
No,
I have a problem. I have a problem with my mic.
but 10 minutes ago, Carlos, when the Hangout just broke, I'm not blaming you for that, okay? I think that was Google. I think Google broke our Hangout, so we'll have to have words with them. But coming back to you, Carlos, please tell me about your hobbies.
Yeah, I like to do different activities. For example, to do a sport, do jogging, or go to the cinema, or for example, to go out with my friends sometimes. But in special, I used to do motorcycling. I like the motorbikes, and I think it's my the best way for me to disconnect and for my job and for my my problems.
So the motorcycling, that's the number one for you in terms of, okay, oh, that's interesting. So do you do that now? Nowadays I practice this. Yeah.
Okay. I try to do it all weekends when I have a free morning or in the evening. I take my motorbike and I ride to the mountains near to Valencia or I practice it. Sometimes when I have with my economical situation is good, I try to practice that in a circuit. I take my motorbike, but it's a bit expensive. This is expensive to rent a circuit with other friends.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. I understand. Now, is that a common? Is that a popular thing to do though? I mean, because I never even thought of as you say, renting a circuit and using motorbikes with friends like that. Is that a common thing for people to do?
Yeah.
I mean, in Spain, for example.
Yeah, yes, it's common in yes, but with the crisis,
sure.
more a lot of people leave this hobby because you need money to practice it because you must to fill fill with the I don't know the tank with petrol, and the petrol is expensive nowadays.
It really is.
Yes, and you must to change the wheels, and I think it's expensive, but in my opinion for me this hobby returns me good experience, and that's all. I think in spring or in during the spring or in summer. I try to travel with my motorbike to other countries and to know other. With the motorbike, you can arrive to several places where you can enjoy the landscapes and you can know other places that with car you can't do it.
No, absolutely. So if we have a motorbike, we can go to more remote locations. Yeah, let me learn this. Sorry, just some noise in my ears, so I'm going to mute that. Yeah, so a motorbike can be more flexible, and it can make other areas more accessible as well. Because as you say, there are places we can't take cars that a motorbike can access quite easily, which makes it interesting. But I appreciate that it can be an expensive pastime or an expensive hobby to have, especially if petrol is expensive or tires are expensive. So yes, excuse me. So yeah, we have to make some choices there, absolutely. And I think it is interesting when we talk about some of these hobbies, which ones are expensive and which ones are free, and the worth. And you describe, Carlos, the fact that you get a return on that hobby that makes it worthwhile. And of course, we're always having to think, can I afford to do something? But also, what is the value for me? And sometimes, getting away from things and can of course have a return in a better worker, which of course is why we shouldn't really work 7 days a week in an office all the time, because we'll just get, the quality will go down. So all these hobbies really, I think, are designed to help us in other parts of our lives. So Carlos, I think your example with the motorcycles is a very good one in terms of saying, well, here's something I like to do, and sometimes maybe I can't afford it, but when I do it, I know there's a benefit for me in terms of, you know, just reducing the stress of work and helping me in other areas of my life. So I really like that example, Carlos. Thank you for that one. Absolutely. Let me go to, I want to make sure I covered it a bit. I think I'm coming to Talita. Hello, Talita.
Hi, how are you? Oh, I just answered.
All that stuff. Tell me about your hobbies, Talita.
Okay. I said once that I just love going to the beach, and I love going to the beach. Stay on the sands and burn it myself.
She is a Brazilian girl.
Yes. Get a brunette, change color of my skin. Get something between pink and red over here.
Okay. Yeah.
And I said once that I love ocean too. I am enchanted with the ocean, and I love do scuba diving. I don't know if it's scuba diving. I use a snorkel. You know, it's scuba diving.
So you don't have the tank. You don't have the oxygen.
Yeah, no. I use
okay.
I use only the snorkel. And
okay.
once
No, sorry. Please go on. Yeah.
And once I spent, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or more only watching a turtle feeding. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, it's amazing.
I like turtles as well. We have some now that we have spring. The turtles have come back to our lake, and they come out and sit on the rocks all day in the sun. And you just have to. I mean, I just have to open my blind. You know, my blind in the window, and they're gone, poof, like that. Because it's amazing. I always think turtles. What can they see? What do they hear? They hear everything, and they see everything. And as soon as they see something, a movement at the window, they're back into the water again because they think I want to eat them or something, but I really don't.
When I burn it, I get this little spots here. I don't know how to say this.
I'm going to give you the word. I mean, well, please tell me who knows what we call that in English.
It's usually appear on a person who have red hair. Absolutely.
No one's giving it up. Freckles. That's what we call those in English. Freckles.
Freckles. I have many freckles.
Okay. And so do they disappear when it gets colder? Do they fade away?
No.
Okay. So they're there all year round. Well, that's cool because I know I have some all year round freckles. And I have some summer freckles as well that come for the summer and then they leave again. So.
No, if I use some medicates, some cream here, it's disappear. But
okay. I'm sorry. This is something a little different then. Okay.
I think freckles is black spots, small one, appear in the face or something like that. But
maybe
talking about something else.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not freckles. I think maybe it's just sunspots. If it's a very hot sun, then because if we need medicine for it, then it's not freckles. That was my mistake, my misunderstanding. So maybe we can call those sunspots. If it's a very very intense heat, yes, we can get a rash of spots. So that's a lot of spots, and maybe on the face, or maybe somewhere else. Oh, okay, right.
Only here.
Interesting. Okay. So, well, that's another reason for me never to go to the beach. Thank you.
Yeah, you have white skin. It's not.
I have the whitest skin of anyone in the world. So, I'm no good at the beach, and I want to give you a Scottish phrase, guys, because we can talk about having a tan, we can talk about having a deep tan, and we can talk about bronzing in the sun. That sense of going there, what is of course considered a very healthy brown color. In Scotland, if you get a very good tan, they talk about being as brown as a berry, and it's that very deep, almost red, but very, very dark brown as well. So brown as a berry, that's a Scottish thing. So they don't say that here in the United States, but that's a very good tan in Scotland. And even though Scotland is never very warm, the sun can be very strong. So there are many people in Scotland who do tan really well. I'm not one of them, of course, but it's interesting, the different colors we can go in the sun. Yeah. Now you talked about the sun. Tell me, if you're not going to the beach, Talita, what else do you like to do?
I will die.
but there must be other things. Give me one other hobby you like.
Going to the cinema, watching a movie. If it's raining, I don't know. I now I'm on vacation. I'm still on vacation. My university come back, but I still on vacation because I stopped for a period of time because I will have an internship.
Right.
So if I here doing nothing, I use Verbling.
Verbling is a hobby or an addiction for some people. Yeah.
Yeah. Once I spent 6 hours here, and I dreamed in English.
Did you dream you were in a video box?
No, I dreamed that I only speak in English, and anyone understand me. And please, Talita, speak Portuguese. And I can't do this. I only speak English. Oh my God, I forgot how to speak Portuguese.
That's very, very dangerous verbling, I think, in that case. I think we have to be very careful that we don't forget our first language when we use verbling. There should be a warning about that. I might have to speak to them.
After this, I only spend 2 hours here, and that's enough.
So the doctor recommended only 2 hours a day. Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes I think a word, and I know this word in English, but in Portuguese, I don't remember.
Yeah, and of course, I remember a friend from Sweden who speaks perfect English, but the more time she spends in the UK, it's hard. I mean, she has to go home and visit her family in Sweden. Otherwise, she can forget some of that language that she knew for 20 years. So, language is an interesting thing. I mean, these days I just get mixed up between British and American English with the vocabulary. So, and that can maybe look very strange to people who just know American English, because they wonder why I don't know the word for parts of a car and things like that, because I'm thinking, which one do I use? I don't know, the American or British. So that could be strange. Okay, well, cinema. I'll take cinema as the other example, and of course verbling as well as part of a hobby, part of an English learning hobby or activity. So Talita, thank you for that. I like that one. Let me see where we are. I'm going to ask, and also say welcome back to Fernando. Hello, Fernando. Fernando, I can't hear you yet. Are you there? No, I can't hear. Let me try, since I know you're definitely there. Let me go to, is it Blurton? Is that right?
Yes, it is right. My name is Blurton.
Blurton, got it. How are you today?
I am fine, thanks for asking. And you, how are you?
I am fantastic, thank you as well. Blurton, I have to ask you, tell me about your hobbies.
Well, I have a lot of hobbies. Some of them are playing basketball, playing football, reading books, hiking, and so on.
Okay, yeah, well that's several right there. So which one is your favorite hobby?
My most favorite hobby is playing basketball because I
Okay.
really enjoy it, and when I'm tired, I am so relaxed, and I think it's good a way to make new friends because you should play with other peoples, and it, you will stay in touch with them. And
Okay, and those are really good reasons for basketball. So tell me, how often do you play basketball?
I play very often. I think twice per week or more when I am free, when I have nothing to do. But also I play football. I play too good these sports. And football usually I play once a week. I think in night with lights.
Ah, okay. And tell me, is that playing football at night, is that, do people do that because it's hot, or because it's just a good time to play football?
In summer, I think it's more comfortable because in day is warm, and in night is the weather is good for that. And other reason is that people usually works at days, and they are free at night, and they can use this time to play football or other
Right,
hobbies they are.
right.
They,
Blurton, I say that's really interesting, and I can hear you working hard to give me those answers. But these answers were very clear and interesting as well. And it's always interesting to hear about when and why and where people do certain hobbies. I know in the UK there are a lot of facilities to play football at night using those floodlights. And that's not about the weather. It's to give, especially to give teenagers something to do late at night, so they don't get into trouble. So it's not so much about the weather, about people working, but you give other reasons, and it is about work. It is about, especially in the summer. Yeah, so it's more comfortable to do that. So that was really interesting. Yeah. All right, thank you for that.
I gave you two of the reasons because I have a lot. Some of them you mentioned, and have a lot of other reasons why people like to play in night football or any game.
Yeah, nice one. I know that was really interesting. A really interesting example of to talk about football and the reasons why we like to do it, and of course the reason why people like to play basketball as well. I think basketball is a really interesting sport, and the reason why people like to play that, and the speed and the energy required for a game like that. I know I need to get a lot fitter before I can play basketball again. But a wonderful, I think a beautiful game actually. Basketball. I love to play that when I'm feeling more energetic. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Really interesting. Let me go to and say hello for the first time actually to Lamy. Hello, Lamy.
Hello.
Hello there. Tell me, how are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm pretty good. I'm not pretty good. I'm fantastic.
I see.
Now tell me.
You are enjoying the class.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm enjoying it too. Tell me about your hobbies.
Actually, I have maybe 2 or 3 hobbies that I am usually used to do. The first one and the most lovely hobby that I have is driving. I like to drive cars through the city and so on. The second one is traveling outside my country, because I like to know other people, their cultures and language, and how they act with the strangers. Also, I like to read a little bit, but now because I am studying and I have to read a lot of paper, that I can see that I don't like to read more now.
Okay, so we've got the driving, the traveling, and the reading as well, but you don't have so much time for that. So now tell me the hobby of driving. I mean, very popular here in the United States. People often love to drive, and we not even to go anywhere, just for the joy of driving. It's not. I must admit, I don't like driving at all. But I know a lot. I mean, my wife loves to go for a drive. Yeah. So tell me, why do you like that? Why do people enjoy just driving? Do you think?
Yeah, the first reason, it's a crazy hobby here in Arabian countries. I mean, if you just go to Saudi Arabia, they are all driving in crazy ways. But for me, I am enjoying to change the place that I stay. I can't stay more 1 hour in certain place. That's why I like to drive among the city to visit my colleagues, to go to the clubs. So, but it's most important to drive the car in between cities also. I feel enjoyable. I can listen music. I can talk with my friend. I can use my cell phone to talk to someone else. So sometimes it's a crazy thing, but I do it. I can watch a movie while I'm driving, but in the highway speed.
Don't do that. Don't do that in Tennessee if you come. That's very unpopular to do that. Okay. Well, no, that's really interesting. Now tell me, do you also? I mean, you know, if we love driving, we need a good car. How often do you change your car? I mean,
actually, I used to change my car every year. It's really crazy, but I like to change my car even with a sport car because I like the sport car. Yeah. With high speed and with more stability and so on.
And a lot of people like to change their cars like that. Do you like to do you do a lot of work on your car? Do you like to fix your car and make changes to it?
Yeah. For fixing car, for changing something, for repair something, I like to do. But for example, to put a lot of things inside the car, I don't like this. It's morely. It seems to be for girls. I don't like to do something like that. Did you get my point? Or?
Yeah. So tell me, if you have a problem with your car, if you have a mechanical problem with the car, are you the first person to look at that? Do you have the knowledge?
I am going to just look for this problem of broken or something. I mean, I am going to look what's problem and how it comes and how can I repair it. If I can't, I can ask someone else. I mean, for mechanical or for the person who repaired the body, I don't know its name in English. No?
And indeed, we can talk about just taking it in British English. We can talk about taking our car to the garage, and they can fix it there. For a mechanic, and in the United States, we can talk about, you know, if our car doesn't work, if we need the car to be repaired, we can say, oh, my car's in the shop. We can say that. So we can use the word shop in American English to mean where the mechanic works on the car. So the vocabulary is interesting. I think it was always good to, yeah.
I need to tell you a secret, but it's something crazy that I did before. When I was abroad, I mean in Italy, I put a car, and I don't have international licenses to drive, and I drive without license, and the police catch me and give me, I know, it's something like bills to pay.
Yeah. So they gave you a fine, a financial penalty. You know, it happens. It happens. I'm always very nervous driving in other countries because it's a little different each time.
I don't know their rules. I mean, each country that I visit, they have their own rules and regulations, especially in the traffic. I mean, some cities or some countries, they are driving left side and the other in left side.
Absolutely, absolutely, and then of course the rules can be sometimes the rules are on signs, and we can learn those signs, but other times the rules are really about the culture and about whether we whether we use our indicator, whether how we use our brake lights, all kinds of things, whether we let someone in, and of course whether we use our horn. That can be very different in different cultures, and what the horn means as well can be very different. Those are some very interesting answers. I love to hear about people who are passionate about their hobbies, and of course driving can be something we're very enthusiastic and passionate about and can take quite seriously. Hey, we are out of time. Thanks to everyone who gave me such great, unique and different answers in this class and all of this week when we've been talking about hobbies and free time and vacations as well. So thanks to everybody who did that. I'm sorry to the students here that I didn't get to speak to, but we heard some really interesting examples today. Let me finish by saying thank you very much to everybody here, and also, hey, please join me and follow me on Verbling and on Facebook as well. And I promise you I'll put my Verbling schedule on every weekend on my Facebook page, so you'll see the different kind of classes that I'll be running here on Verbling. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all again soon, okay? Thanks for now. Bye-bye.
I need to ask